welcome back to the Nethercutt Collection. You guys really seem to love our restoration updates, so a lot's been moving around here lately, so we're going to do that again and give you a little shop tour on top of that, because we've got a lot of fun things that nobody really gets to ever see here. The shop is not part of the Nethercutt Collection tour, and this is mainly where I'm at most of the time, and we'll just show you around what a day is like here in the Nethercutt restoration shop. Right here is a 1936 Ford Super Deluxe. These are amazing cars. This one's actually in all original condition besides the vinyl top in the interior. We pulled it, we were going to take it out for a show, and when we started moving it, realized we didn't have any brakes. So the handbrake works, but foot brakes not so much. This is Zeta, by the way, our shop dog. She's chosen a nice cool spot to take a nap. She'll probably be in the background of most of our videos. So yeah, we're putting a new brake assembly on this car, and just going to clean up the engine and then hopefully take it to a show sometime in 2025. But beautiful car, all original, even the paint. So happy to keep it that way. This car is not going to get restored, but we need brakes. That's important. Now, you saw in our last video, our beautiful 1956 Gullwing. We are almost done with her. Our seats are out again. Luggage is completed. We're just finishing up upholstery. We just put the radio in yesterday. This is going to be our freshest, newest restoration as far as 2024 goes. Interior is done. Got the radio in. There are some minor things that we definitely need to go over. Actually, tomorrow is going to be a very exciting day because we're going to completely dive into the engine and get her nice up and running, because with the upholstery being done, the car's been kind of sitting for over a year. So we want to make sure, run through the engine, and then we get to road test. So we'll probably put about 1,000 miles on it before it goes on display. Want to make sure runs and drives perfectly, but still need a new set of tires. I was informed recently by our friend James, who's from Down Under. He's Australian. He's an expert on these things. Hi, James. Sleeping Beauty's restoration is his thing down there. But little minor things about Gullwings that we usually do pre-war stuff, so we're not the most skilled when it comes to these type of cars. So small things like the mirror is supposed to be here, and we use flathead screws instead of Phillips. So we're gonna fix all of that and have a new pretty Gullwing hopefully soon. And the luggage is all complete. Just a beautiful car. Okay, come on, Sophie. 1930 Rolls-Royce Phantom 2 Brewster Town car. Making a separate video on this car, but she's going to Arizona in January. So getting her ready. She's actually ready to go already, but needs a good polish. All right, moving on here, we have a 1938 Lincoln Model K Touring Coupe. That's the only one of its kind ever built out of the 12 Model Ks, called a Touring Coupe. And what makes this car very special is it's a Judkins body, and it's actually the very last Judkins body ever built. J.B. Judkins built it as a speculation car for Edsel Ford. However, he loved it so much that he kept it as his personal vehicle all the way up until his death in 1969. And J.B. Judkins and his wife were friends with J.B. Nethercutt and Dorothy. So when Mr. Judkins passed away, his wife reached out to J.B. and Dorothy Nethercutt and asked if they wanted it, they could have it, because they always admired the two-tone green and just odd body on this car. It's a V12 car, and it has it's a two-door coupe, so suicide doors, which is cool, but the doors are about 5 feet long. And a fun thing about this, how large the door is and how big the windows are. Look how many cranks it takes just to roll the window down. 1, 2, about 2.5. So It's a nice feature if you need to throw something out the window fast. Great car, old restoration. In fact, I think when we got it in 1969, we didn't do much to it, and we've put about 50,000 miles in this car since we got it. So it's a great runner. The hood's off of it right now because we're getting it prepped. It's going to go to San Diego next year, and you know, she's not perfect. She's got some dings and scratches, but drives like a modern car. So why, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That was back in the day, everybody smoked, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many everywhere. Clear?
You want another one? Yeah, now you're clear.
Like, I haven't stalled in a while.
Should we leave that out?
Yeah. You're how quiet it is, even with the hood off.
Yeah. The tower was completed in 72. The restoration shop was the first thing that was built. And then this was, they broke ground on this actually a week before I was born, and completed in 2001. Yeah, I mean, no power steering. This thing's just such a dream to drive. Big burly girl.
What's her name?
We just call it the Judkins after the guy who built the body for it. Come on in. So this, we call it the holding cell mainly because we're holding cars in this area. Some of them we just take out and drive all the time, like the R8 and my grandfather's beloved Mini Cooper. And cars in here usually are about to be worked on, just got completed worked on, so they're gonna all go back on display. Now the new stuff that's in here, obviously, nobody wants to see that, so we kind of park them right here in the middle so they can easily get out. Not too special of a car, but it's incredible how often people stop me if I'm out in this. It's a 2005 Aston Martin DB9, and it's a very rare color. At least I've never seen another one in this color. It's beautiful, and I love the car because, well, first of all, it's a V12, 6 liters. People ask all the time, what's it like? Say, well, it has no cup holders, there's no Bluetooth, it has no sun visors, gets terrible gas mileage, the seats squeeze you and hug you a little too much, and it's great. It's a V12. So not everything in the Nethercutt collection is just old and antiques. We have some hot rods too. And this we went insane with. The 1951 Mercury gentleman's coupe, as they would call them. This is probably the most asinine thing that we have here. It's chopped roof. It's on a Roadster shop chassis, powered by an LS3. Makes about 510 horsepower to the wheels. It's on AccuAir air suspension, goes up and down, and gets 20 miles to the gallon, and can absolutely smoke a set of Pirellis. So it's a fun car to drive. You absolutely can't see anything out of it. If you noticed, there's no mirrors. The windshield is kind of curved, so if you look in the middle of the windshield, it's hard to see out of. It has shaved door handles as well, so very important, never roll the windows up in this car or else you're locked out. You have to open the door with a key, press a button and it pops open. And it's kind of an homage to 1950s Mercury Customs with a hint of modern. French headlights, Cadillac grille. Yeah. When we came up with the color here in the shop, and Roger, our painter, we decided the name is Mercandy because it's candy. But that is the Merc. Moving on over here, this is a car that we've had for a while, and we're not ever going to do anything to it besides take it out and enjoy it. It's a 1956 Mercedes. These were double the price new of Gullwings. And this is an all original car. Yeah, it's got some scratches on it. All original. Has the original luggage in fantastic shape. The vinyl top has been redone, obviously, but other than that, all original. She's got some scratches here and there, but cars of this rarity to be in this good of condition, almost impossible these days. So this car will never see a restoration booth because she's perfect the way she is. So over here we have some more muscle. Right here is a 1932 Ford Highboy hot rod. Now this is a fiberglass body. It was built around 1987. The reason why we call it the Atterbury is Bruce Atterbury was the guy who had it commissioned to be built. And this car was actually featured in Hot Rod magazine in 1988, and it said "Go Green." But we added the Eliminator style stripes. Blown 350 B&M Roots supercharger, makes an extremely healthy 400 horsepower, probably a little more than that. This car is incredibly tame, and it scares me a lot. And it's fun to drive. Sounds amazing, but it with the proper tires, I bet it would pop wheelies. And go green. Over here, we have a completely all original 1973 Ford Mustang. It was a special order right here in Sylmar, California. This car has lived in this town its entire life, and it was donated by a Sylmar native. He specially ordered it to be an automatic. 351, beautiful car. It's not the prettiest Mustang in the world, but this one has all the originality, and we're going to put her back on display soon. And right next to her, 1969 Oldsmobile Toronado, front-wheel drive V8. I think they made like 140 horsepower, which is not great, but good-looking car. I really like Jay Leno's because he switched it to rear-wheel drive, and I think he put an LS7 in it. But he kept the gold paint, so all original as well. Alrighty, now over here we have a hybrid. This is a chassis of a 1921 Owen Magnetic. And Owen Magnetics were hybrids of the era, believe it or not. And this is a display chassis. However, we have driven this just with a bench that we throw on it. Gasoline hybrid, electronic transmission from 1921. Very funky car. We actually have a completed version right over there. So when these are on display, which they will be again soon, they're always parked next to each other, so you can see what it looks like undressed, basically. We had steam cars, we had electric cars, and we even had hybrids all the way back then. Okay, now here we have the most important automobile in history, 1911 Ford Model T. We've had this car since, I think, 1965 at the Nethercutt Collection, and it's the car that put the world on wheels. The most amazing thing about these is how durable they are. If I had somebody else stand on the other fender, you can actually watch the body flex and bend, because when these were coming out, there were hardly any paved roads anywhere. So these were legitimately built to have the ever-living, you know what, beaten out of them. And it's just kind of fun because you can do that all day. It's a Model T. They're strong. I think we painted it sometime back in the day. I've never seen a red Model T, but great car. She's old. So this is a car that has been in the limelight of car museums for a very, very long time. It's a 1911 Franklin Model H limousine. Kind of looks like the Munster Mobile. This is completely all original, entirely. Let me show you the interior to see how great this car has held up all these years later. It even comes with an umbrella. Look at that, all original. 1903 Packard. Antique Packards are the best. Moving on. Right here, is a completely all original. This car is a great example of what age does to a vehicle if it's not properly stored. 1938 Pierce Arrow, obviously lacquer paint. It's really interesting to see how they get these spiderweb cracks in it, and the interior is immaculate. Outside, not so much, but we think we'll keep her looking like this for a while. Newest addition to the family, 1965 Chevy Corvette, and it is a dream to drive. 4-speed, 327. It does still say fuel injection on the side, but we drive this car a lot since we've got it. And previous owner, who is a great guy, put a 4-barrel carburetor on it, and it's just better. Carburetors are better. They make sense to me. Thanks for watching the video. If you want to see more restoration updates, let us know. We'd love to film another one for you. Things are constantly moving around here at the Nethercutt Collection. Check us out on our website if you want to learn more, book a tour maybe, and you might even get me as a tour guide. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.